Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today's Life with Herpes live. Ask Alexandra. I am Alexandra Harbushka. I'm the founder of Life with Herpes. It is a blog. It is a YouTube channel, obviously, because you're watching this on YouTube. It's also a podcast. But most importantly, it is a community for people just like you and just like me who are living with genital herpes. So welcome. I'm excited to be here with you. Hello, Jen. Welcome. Hi, how are you? Okay, so as you can see, I'm out and about today, so I wanted to just pull over, stop, and say hi. I don't really have a great view. I have nice California traffic behind me, but anyways, so I'm excited to talk to you guys today a little bit about some questions that I received this week. Oh, good. I'm glad you're great. Let me know what questions you have. Go on ahead and send them over. But before, just send them over. So I'm going to start with some questions I received earlier this week. One of them was, can you quit Valtrex cold turkey? And I thought that was a really great question because I had not heard of that. And, quitting things. Oh, hi from England. I will tell Bill hello. I will absolutely tell Bill hello. So can you quit cold turkey? So yeah, Valtrex. And it's so funny because my husband asked me the same thing too. He asked me the same thing too. Can you just take it? Is it like an antibiotic where you have to take like when you get an antibiotic, like let's say you have strep throat or something, take an antibiotic, you have to take it for like the 5 days or 7 days, whatever it's prescribed. And if you stop too soon, that's not good. So Valtrex is just the opposite. It's one of those things, you can take it. If you are on it daily, then go take it daily. If you're not on it daily and you get an outbreak, go on ahead and take it. But you can take it for as many days as you have an outbreak. So you can totally quit cold turkey, was the legit question that was asked. Yeah, you can totally quit cold turkey, and however many days. It's also not like a birth control where you're like, I gotta quit on a certain cycle day, all that. So it's pretty, kind of take it as you like. It's an antiviral, not an antibiotic. The next question I received was, will taking lysine get rid of herpes? And this was also in our chat group, and I saw a lot of people respond, and they had really great responses. I love seeing other people respond. I'm like, yeah, you're learning. I love it. And the question was, can I quit cold turkey? And no, you can't. Or can you quit cold turkey? Does lysine remove outbreaks? And so lysine is not an antiviral. Antiviral would be the strongest method that you would use to prevent outbreaks. You can never get rid of herpes. It is a virus. Viruses live in our bodies forever and ever and ever. We're going to die with it, right? Herpes it's not the cause of death, but you will have it for the rest of your life, right? It's the one thing you can guarantee you're going to go with. Anyways, so lysine, what it does, and I talk a lot about this on a lot of my episodes. You can go back and look and go deep. I really do like a really deep 101 on it. But lysine is basically, it makes the environment for the herpes virus, unless there is a cure. You're right. Unless there's a cure, still, let's hope for that. But the lysine makes the herpes virus really uncomfortable. It's a very hostile environment for it. It basically is like a fire extinguisher to, a flame for the virus. So the lysine just makes it just difficult for it to breed. The thing is though, it definitely is not it's a preventative method. It's not a sure thing. You're never going to get an outbreak again. So I would recommend taking 1,000 milligrams a day for suppressive therapy, and I'd recommend taking 3,000 milligrams a day when you do have an outbreak, or if you're feeling like your immune system is compromised or something to that nature. So yeah, you could definitely up it once you have, a lot of outbreaks. Okay, let me look at my next question, guys. Hold on, I gotta pause you guys so I can read my questions on my phone for a second. So sorry. So sorry, lost you. So what are the signs of an outbreak? So someone typed in saying that they were feeling achy and flu-like symptoms. My phone, there we go. Achy, flu-like symptoms, and is that a sign of an outbreak? So let's just go over some of the signs. First of all, I want you all to know that everyone's signs, symptoms, feelings, everything is a little bit different. So where some people may have one group of symptoms, another group of people would be like, I never had that. I never experienced that. I don't know what you're talking about. So I like to compare it to the common cold. We all know when our bodies are feeling run down, our immune system's working hard. We all know the triggers when we're going to come up with a cold, right? Or come down with a cold. Again, everyone's sign and symptom is a little bit different. So it's kind of the same thing with a herpes outbreak. So some of the common ones that most people experience are aches, pains, flu-like symptoms, fever-like symptoms, little fever, achy, really fatigued. That's another one, extreme fatigue. Those are just kind of some flu-like symptoms that you might experience. And then as far as physical, it would be things like physical would be itchy, like itchy down there, or kind of stinging, kind of like a sting, hot spot, or just like that nerve. Yeah, how many people are asymptomatic or suffer? Yeah. I think majority of people are asymptomatic, to be honest. I really, really do. I think that's why the herpes virus is so rampant. I think is because there's so many people that don't know that they have herpes, and so therefore that's why it continues to get passed. And absolutely. And there are plenty of people, if you're someone that gets outbreaks, once every 3 years, then you think, oh, I'm asymptomatic. Or if you're somebody that's had herpes for a number of years, what you were told, let's say 30 years ago, 40 years ago, is going to be completely different than what you're told today. So 40 years ago it was, oh, you can only pass it if you have an outbreak. Well, that's false because of the asymptomatic shedding, because of the viral shedding, all that stuff. So I think last week we were talking about how shedding is like a really bad word. Like it just sounds like, oh, you're shedding. Like it's not really a fun word. Anyways. So yeah, I definitely believe most people are asymptomatic. I believe that everybody has come in contact with herpes, whether it's oral or genital. It's just not physically possible to not be in contact with, to not ever come in contact with it. Again, we've hugged, we've kissed, we've had sex, we've shared, a lipstick, a chapstick, potentially a toothbrush, and all these things. I just find it very, very, there's no way that like one person, it's too out there. There's too many people that have it. So that's currently what I believe. So yeah, I definitely think that there would be a lot more people that would be a little bit more open, that would be a little bit more less judgmental, especially if they knew they had it. Kind of similar to, I'm sure you guys have all seen what's going on with all these DNA testing and finding out your ethnicity and your background and where you're from and things like that. And you're having people who are extremely racist saying, I would never be this, or I can't stand this group, or whatever it is that they can't stand. And they're finding out that they actually, their DNA is that, whatever group that they're opposing. And then they're like, oh, interesting. So it's very simple. I think this stigma would change a lot if everybody just went and got tested and assumed that they have it. Personally. All right, let me look at my questions. Okay, next question. Does diet play a role in outbreaks? Okay, so yes, diet does play a role for some people. Back to this asymptomatic shit. But for a lot of people, diet really plays a key role. For a lot of people, getting herpes has been the wake-up call to get your shit together. A lot of times, it was just behaving in a lifestyle that wasn't up your alley. So it's really allowed people to kind of get together. I know for myself, it allowed me to get things together, like my exercise, like my diet, like taking proper care of myself, like taking proper sleeping. I'll see you soon, Janine. Okay. So like taking care of myself, so that was something like the light bulb went on. As in my 20s, I was pushing it both ends, and I learned like, okay, you gotta sleep, you gotta eat healthy, you gotta cut back on, the happy hour booze and all that. So yes, there are some things that you can do. Back to the lysine conversation. So first of all, any of you guys like see dramatic changes after getting herpes and you're like, all right, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this about myself. I need to get this shit together. Any of you see that? So I'll let you respond. So anyways, foods high in lysine, back to those lysine pills. You want to have a high lysine diet. You want to include exercise in your diet because that creates all sorts of wonderful things in your body. And you want to make sure you get proper sleep. Proper sleep is a huge trigger. There's some other foods that are not so great. I'm not saying don't eat them. I'm just saying be aware or be cautious. Foods like alcohol, caffeine, chocolate, sugar, manufactured things like processed things like cakes and all that. So, candies, sugars, cakes, anything processed. So you want to go homemade, handmade, and less processed. So those are just some things. But again, that also is for, a lot of us is whatever your health issue is, whether it's diabetes. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. I had to decline that. It really depends on what you put in your body, and it depends on what you're trying to fight. Like I said, so people are trying to fight heart disease, whatever it is. It really boils down. Okay, I would consider myself potentially asymptomatic. I think that people have symptoms, but actually it's with other things. For example, oops, I lost it. Where is it? Show. Where I lost it. I lost your message. Where did it go? No, I can't do that. Okay. I lost your message. You said people are asymptomatic. It leaves so fast that I can't keep up. Yeah, I believe a lot of people are asymptomatic. Thanks for sharing, Alexandra, saying that you are asymptomatic. I think most people really are. If you're Alexandra that I know from our support group and all that, yes, it was a yeast infection. I had redness, and then it's your ingrown hair. Okay, I thought it was you. I didn't want to assume it was you, but yeah, it was an ingrown hair. You thought it was a yeast infection, and that was that. So there's a lot of people that go in for something else thinking it is a yeast infection, or there's no way I could potentially have herpes, whatever it is, and it ends up being herpes. Or you find out you have herpes when you were going in for just like a regular blood test, and they're like, oh, by the way, we have another girl in our community that went in, she had cancer, we did a full blood panel, and turns out she had herpes. And she's like, what? I never knew I had herpes. Now she's cancer free, which is way more important. But now she's like, what the fuck? I had no idea. And now I'm dealing with this, and I want to go out, and I want to date, and all these things. I thought cancer would be a hard one, and now I'm dealing with herpes. So, it's definitely one of those things. People are asymptomatic. I kind of like the theme today. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Always love our chats. And I'll see you soon. Let me know, text me, you don't have my phone number, but DM me any questions you have. Also, if you're in the Slack community, send me your questions. I do weed through them, and I do save them, and I do talk about them on Fridays. So see you all soon. If you're not a member of the community, I've been talking about that. If you're not a member of the community, go to lifewithherpes.com, join. It is a great community. It is really first and foremost, it is a community. So that's really the key here. It is a community of people just like you and me who have herpes, and we are learning, educating, cheering each other on, supporting each other. And like this one guy, thank you. This one guy just told his date that he has herpes, and it went well. Sorry. Truck. It went well. So just cheering people on. It's really great. All right, go to lifewithherpes.com, join, and I will see you all soon. Bye, guys.